For Garrick, nothing was more frustrating than losing his prey. His men had been tight on the Daimonel's heels, following the telltale path of devastation left in its wake. Their prize had been just within reach, and then, over the border of Virildor, it went, like a fish wriggling off a hook. Garrick cursed his ill luck. Nonetheless, he refused to give up the chase lightly. Sir Jane took some cajoling, but Garrick managed to convince him that they should skirt the border for an additional 5 days, just in case the Daimonel crossed back over. Garrick put up prayers to the Almighty that he might deliver them such a favor. Now, however, it was day 4. The thrill of the hunt had largely worn off, and Garrick's men were dispirited and ornery. Every one of them had wanted the glory of slaughtering a Daimonel. At this point, there was nothing left to do but see the wretched errand through to its end, no matter how disappointing. As Garrick sat beside his horse in a forest clearing, chewing on chunks of dried meat while his men rested, he tried unsuccessfully to put shame out of his mind. He remembered the spectacle at the city gates, when he'd unsheathed Seraph Song. Now the sword hung uselessly from his hip. All that pomp, just to come back with nothing. He went to tear off another chunk of meat, and accidentally bit the side of his tongue. He cursed inwardly. What have I done to offend the Almighty? Was this quest not his will? Suddenly, a commotion. A scout broke into camp, trampling underbrush. "Smoke!" he exclaimed, nearly out of breath. "Lots of smoke!" Garrick mounted his horse and rallied his men. They took off, following the scout's lead. At the top of a ridgeline, they halted. Garrick could see it now, a large gray bloom emanating from a valley below. Sir Jane reined his horse at Garrick's side. "The Daimonel?" Garrick asked. "I reckon," Jane responded. Another man joined them, the group's navigator, Flint. "Well?" asked Garrick. "Is it over the border?" The man had a sheen of sweat on his forehead. "It's hard to tell, my prince. There are no landmarks in the area, but by my estimates, it's over by about a mile." "Whether it's a mile or an inch, 1 foot in Virildor, and we could start a war," stated Jane. "You promised your mother there would be no incursion." "I know what I promised," said Garrick through gritted teeth. What did the Almighty want from him? Was this a test of his hubris? Should he turn his cheek and not pursue, as his mother wished? He remembered the words of the Archbishop. No Daimonel could be suffered to live. It was their holy duty. Perhaps the Lord was testing his resolve. "We ride," said Garrick. He dug his heels into his horse's flank, ignoring the disappointed look on Jane's face. They descended the ridge, breaking through the trees. As they approached the source of the smoke, Garrick heard the first screams. It was a downed caravan, Uchmeni by the looks of it. Wagons were overturned, spilling flames, surrounded by scattered goods. Corpses lay in the dirt. Others walked upright, their eyes blind with terror. Whatever had happened, it was recent. The Daimonel was close. Garrick turned to his men. "Sir Tristan, hold back with your men and help these people, everyone else." His words were interrupted by the sound of war horns. Garrick hardly had time to register their misfortune before a mounted troop in black armor burst through the trees. Virildor. "Damn it!" he heard Jane growl. "Surround them!" yelled a baritone voice. "Let no Mirathas soldier escape!" Garrick cursed. Perhaps the Lord's luck was not with him after all. "Well," he thought, "if this is the day I die, at least I have a reason to use this." And with that, he drew the flaming sword.